welcome back to the channel. I am going to work on covering. Zach is over there working, and he's coming right along. And I am what I'm working on is first thing you do, and this is really important, is you have to get this. You have to recoat this fabric whenever you get ready to do the next layer. You have to recoat the fabric that you've already coated. That's where you get your bond from. So you don't want to assume that this is sticky enough to handle covering that. You actually want to, and you can see where I've already done a little bit from here forward. You can see where I've already coated that for a second time. So, and the 2-inch overlap is basically just coming from here, kind of just about where that pink tape is, just around to on the bottom. I'll actually go kind of all the way to the edge of where I've already glued, and then up here it'll go to the edge of the pink tape. So, and that's where I'll get my 2 inches. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on just getting the rest of this with the coat on it, so that we can then roll the fabric back and then start ironing that, getting it tacked, trimmed, and then ironed down in place, and then we can go back and put the adhesive over top of the fabric to go through and attach to what is below. So, all right, I'll be back when I get that all glued. All right, so I want to cover the back before I get going down the side. So I have to cover this and then recoat this portion where the side's going to overlap it. I wanted to do that before I got too far here. So I'm just using my ruler to mark my inch wide. Have a nice inch wide line here where I've got to cut on. So, and I'll just mark that all the way around, like so. And I'll get that trimmed and then ironed in place, and then I can coat this with glue, and then I'll be recoating this 1 inch area after it dries to get ready for the side. So glad I didn't forget that. I didn't want the back piece to overlap the sides. I want the side to overlap the back. So I should have put that on actually before I even did the bottom, but the finishing tape is going to cover it anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to get that on, and all right, so you saw me go around and smooth out all the edges, and now I'm just coming back, and I had to get this area around the step insert, get that kind of down. So I just cut that out, and then I've got to get a little glue underneath here before I can roll that over. But now the plan is to just go around all the edges, and we just are tacking, just basically tacking right on the corner. And you'll see you can kind of see this little dark line that's created. That's what you want. It's just an area where it's tacked down, and there's a tack along here. Had to go on this side and run the iron across here, and so I'll go around the whole plane now and tack this. When you get an area like that right there, you just take your iron and kind of heat it up right there, and then you can kind of pull it in place. For those of you that have done models before, RC models, you're familiar with this, so it's exactly the same. Okay, Zach. Yeah, I'll get him. No problem. Alright, so now we've got the same procedure that you saw before. We've got to come in here and put our glue down through the fabric. The thing I like about this technique of putting the glue on and then having to wipe the excess off is it really gives you an opportunity to really push that glue down into the weave. So you just put it on, wipe it off. So. So this procedure is the same all the way around. So I will. The tapes look really nice, by the way. They're nice and straight. Pretty pleased with that. Not the tapes. The tapes come after this. This is actually just the the overlap of the second piece of fabric. But then we'll do finishing tapes over the edge. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my glue all the way around, and then I will catch back up with you after that. All right. All right, so there's always a few bubbles left over after you get through. You can see now that it kind of turns this kind of brighter green color once it's dry, and you can kind of compare that to where I just finished up, which is over here. It's pretty warm in here today, so it's drying rather quickly, but there's a good difference in the variation. of how it looks, but there's always just a few little bubbles and wrinkles. You can kind of see those right there, and you just go over those with the iron, and it just takes them right out. So just go along here and find any area like that, little bubbles. There's a good one right there, and just a little heat on it, and it just comes right out of there. So you can still see it's a little bit light in color, but I can't feel it at all, so it's gone. There's one right there, one right here. I just gently apply the heat there so I can get it to smooth out completely. There we go. Nice and smooth. And so I'll just go around and catch these little bubbles on the edges. Make sure those are all ironed down. Easy enough. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, did you see my instrument panel? Of course you did. I'm just so excited about it. It's exactly how I dreamed it would be. So the wiring on the inside is like really nice and tidy, and I'm super excited about that. It'll be easy to maintain, to troubleshoot if there's any issues, and it'll just be great. So anyway, we're on to covering now. So yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me. You know I do appreciate it, and if you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification beside it so you don't miss any of my episodes. And hey, as always, I will catch you later.